Today I'm visiting the site of Honey and Barry Sherman's house, which no longer exists. It was demolished a couple of years ago after they were murdered in Toronto, which was a big news story back in December of 2017. Barry and Honey Sherman were billionaires. And Barry Sherman was the CEO of Apotex, a pharmaceutical company in Toronto. But on the night or day of December 13th, 2017, they met with an unfortunate situation in that they were both murdered in their home. Based on what the Toronto Police Service knows, they were strangled to death or ligature compression, and Honey Sherman was murdered first, and she did have bruising on her face. She did try to escape to the bathroom on the main floor because her cell phone was in the powder room on the main floor, and her friends claim that she never used that cell phone, so she may have been running away from the perpetrator, who may have already been in her home prior to her arrival. Because the Shermans, very rich people, but honestly very stupid people. Because if I lived on a street like this with $1 million homes, I mean gated homes, I mean, you only dream to live in homes like this. Well, I know I do. So, very rich, but negligent in that there were no cameras working on their property that day. Barry Sherman was known to be very cheap. He was driving around in a, shall I say, shit box. Even though the time of his death, he was worth, Forbes claims, $3.4 billion. Look at this. And Barry Sherman's favorite place to eat was Swiss Chalet. But he was cheap. He was cheap. He'd go into Swiss Chalet and ask what their specials were. Who knows? Nonetheless, on December 13th, they were both found in the pool area of their home, both tied to the railing that was at the pool, and they were positioned very similar to a statue that they had adjacent to the pool room, and it was of 1970s art sculpture of two people, one where the person's legs were crossed, and Barry Sherman was found in the similar position as that statue. There still is no progress on this very high-profile case in Toronto. These are other houses along, or more like, some of them are mansions. And initially, when the Toronto Police Service was investigating this case, and their bodies weren't found till 2 days after they were reported missing. So they had already been dead in the house for 2 days before anybody noticed. Even though Barry Sherman was a workaholic, and it was unusual for him not to call work every day or check his emails, still no red flags came up until a house showing on the morning of December 15th, in which a realtor was taking people around the house because the house was for sale. And upon entry to the pool room, or she was showing them the pool room, they saw the bodies hanging from the rail. And I've arrived at the site where their mansion / house used to be. They have the number 46 on the fencing around the property. I guess to confuse people. I guess they don't want people like me coming here and filming. But this is public property, folks. And I pay my taxes too. Maybe not as much as they do. Anywho. Here come the people. There's a lot of building permits on this site. So somebody must have bought the property. You can't get much closer than what I just did.